everyone. Welcome back to another session of Sunway TES Late Evening Thoughts, and I'm your host today. My name is Lai Cheng again. To start things off, right? Roshan, can you put up the slides for me, please? Okay, thank you very much. Right, to start things off, today I have one of my dearest colleagues joining me, Miss Catherine Tan. She is Sunway TES's own one and only English lecturer, and she has over 20 years of teaching experience. And not only that, she's also one of our counselors and a member of We Care, which is the counseling and wellness board of Sunway College. Okay, so let's take a look at how the CFAP program is structured as a reminder. And let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so we have actually looked at this already in my previous session, where we established that the Sunway TES CAE in Sunway College is actually offering this accelerated route to ICAW for school leavers. So it is the fastest route for someone who's taking this program to be able to be an ACA. Okay, and for today, what we're going to focus on is on the additional subjects, right? As mentioned before in my previous sessions, the additional subjects are subjects that were introduced to the CFAP program in order to enhance our students' soft skills. Okay, so without wasting any time, why don't we get to know more about these subjects? Why don't we give a warm welcome to Catherine. Yay!
Thank you, Lai Cheng.
Hi, Kat.
Hello.
Hi, Kat. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I think I'm feeling great, but at the same time, it's a bit nervous because this is the first time I'm on YouTube Live. That's okay,
I
though.
understand how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get started.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why don't we start things off by having you tell us, tell me, our viewers today, about your subjects.
Okay. Can you share my slides? Yeah. Okay. So this will be the two subjects that I taught with Sunway TES. Okay, English 1 and English 2. So let's move on to English 1. Now, English 1 is offered in the semester 1, and it is an English for general academic purpose paper. Okay, so most people will be wondering why another English language paper when you have done the English components in high school. Yeah. Now, well, that's because we need to relearn English for the purpose of academic and also occupational settings. Yeah. And English 1 is targeted to building your proficiency, all right, to be able to critically respond to a text for start. Okay, for example, in semester 1, I will give my students a piece of text, okay, in which they can argue whether they agree or disagree, okay, with the points in the text. Okay, now in addition to that, all right, the English classes also meant to expose students, okay, to reading various business texts, okay. And in semester 1, you will also learn to sharpen your sentence skills and also learn the academic writing style. Okay, what are the rules that governs the academic writing style? Yeah, all right, used at the university. Okay, I would say for English 1, the skills my students would enjoy most will be presentation skills, of course. Okay, in which in the presentation assessment, they are given an opportunity to present on a topic which is related to their industry. So they pick up topics related to business, accounting, and also finance. Yeah, and common feedback that I got from them is like, business topics very dry, teacher, because we learn theory in business every day. So I used to tell them that, okay, the topic is dry, but the presenters are alive, so you have to know how to enliven the topics, yeah, okay, for your audience.
Exactly. I agree fully with that.
Yeah, in the midst of doing this assessment, of course, when we get started, okay, these are the comments. So at the end of the presentation assessment, I am actually proud to say this, okay, they were able to actually do up a presentation, and they know how to use Kahoot, okay, creating quiz in their presentation to engage their participants. So this is something I really am proud of them. Yeah. And also for this semester, there was this particular group who actually signed up for an account, okay, to invest in cryptocurrency when they did on the topic cryptocurrency. So they learn, okay, that even though they make losses but they still learn, okay, how to go about, okay, investing in cryptocurrency. So yeah, so that will be some of the things that I can share. Okay, what we did in English one.
Were you motivated to also open up an account and invest in
Not
cryptocurrency?
really. No. After seeing they make the losses, so no. Okay, all right. So
maybe they
but
need
I guess,
to do a little bit more research, I guess.
yeah. But
Okay.
I am amazed at the kind of initiative they took, okay, for the presentation actually. More on the
Yeah, I
initiative part.
agree.
Yeah.
The students that we have actually are very, very creative, and if they put their minds to it, they can actually accomplish a lot of things. I
You can
truly believe that.
imagine that, okay, at first they told you that this topic is dry. And then later on,
Yeah.
okay, they are able to use, okay, their creativity to actually
Yes.
do up a presentation and learn something from
Exactly.
it. Yeah. So
Exactly.
that's about
Okay.
all for English 1. Okay.
What about English
Whereby,
too?
yes, we shall move to English 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so English 2 basically is an extension of what have been covered in English 1. So in English 2, okay, students will focus on building their argumentative ability. So they learn to argue and also provide a stand on an issue. And also they learn to provide concrete evidence and citing references properly in an academic essay. So this is needed if you're a scholar at university. Yeah, you consider yourself a scholar at the university. So they will also get the opportunity to conduct a research on a specific business topic. And at the end of the day, they produce a report based on what they found in their research. So normally they did survey research plus interview. Yeah. Okay. And of course, okay, I begin to also expose them to different types of business correspondence, such as writing letters, emails, memorandums, because I believe at the end of a program, this is very helpful for them because they need to be able to communicate in business settings when they go for their work-based learning. So yeah, and that's all for English 2. And I hope that I have provided you with enough information on the 2 subjects.
Yeah, thank you very much. The subjects sound very, very interesting already, and a lot of fun as well, I feel. It makes me want to go sit in your class one of these days.
You're
Can I?
most welcome to. Yeah, can. Of course.
Okay. All right. So, what about in your role, your capacity as a counselor? Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about, the We Care program that we have in Sunway and your role as a counselor?
Okay. Let me get started by clarifying this. I'm not a counselor because it's a tough job to become a counselor
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
You need tons of patience to deal with, day in and day out the students' problems. Yeah. But of course I would have to say this. I'm really grateful to be part of We Care, okay, the counseling and wellness team at Sunway College. Okay. Now for the past few years I was appointed, I actually learned a lot with the counseling team. Because before you are appointed, okay, you have to go for the basic counseling workshops, refresher courses, sharing sessions, and discussions on case studies, the real case studies. And these sessions actually open up my mind and made me realize that the struggle for depression, okay, among our students is real, okay? It's not like a topic to be gossip about, but it's actually very real, the struggle,
Yes.
okay? Yeah. As the representative with We Care, I also I learned from the workshops. Okay, I'm equipped with this kind of skills to identify students who are struggling with issues. Okay, so you basically can identify them through the physical signs and probably withdrawal from classes and so on. You see that they're struggling with classes. So I learned to approach and learn to reach out to them. Okay, but of course I won't interfere, okay, and I won't force too much if they are not willing to do so. Yeah, but I learned to approach them, reach out. And that most students, they are not very keen to actually go to a counselor, seek a counselor for help,
Yes,
for example,
exactly.
because I think of the stigma that's attached
The
to
stigma,
visiting a
yeah,
counselor.
exactly.
Visiting a counselor. So basically, when you visit a counselor, it means that you have behavioral problems, or you probably think that you're cuckoo. You know what I mean? So they are very reluctant to do so. But then when they saw my face on the poster, they said, "Teacher, you're a counselor. Can I talk to you?" That's because you have built the rapport in the class, so they are more comfortable. And we lecturers, we are the frontliners, we deal with them in and out. So my students will, they also, the we care team also feel that students will be most comfortable reaching to us first before reaching out to them. So yeah. Okay. And another role I play will be the reference point. Like if the cases gets like serious, I will suggest that they go for a counseling session. But before that, I will need to explain counseling sessions are not meant to, change your behavior or solve your problem. No, the sessions are there to help you process your feelings. We cannot help you change your mindset. It begins with you, but we can help you process your repressed feelings. It would be like one incident that is going to strike you, but then okay, it would be like buried feelings from things that happens very long time ago, I believe so. So you need to go to a counselor, okay, in order to open up and also process the actual feeling, what's the actual issue here. Yeah, so they need to be open up to that. Okay, so
Sometimes
this is
you just need to talk to someone or just talk about it, right? If
that's
they
for
don't
mild.
say it out loud, then it all gets stuck in their mind, and then then it becomes worse, isn't it?
That's for mild issues.
Oh.
Let's say if those serious ones, okay, we will suggest that they go for counseling, in which the registered counselor will be able to help them, okay, maybe process feelings and also find ways to cope with it. These feelings won't disappear, but then you learn to actually recognize the signal and you learn how to deal with it, I believe so. So yeah. And with We Care now, we have 2 clinical psychologists. So it shows that, okay, We Care at Sunway, we really take this issue seriously. Okay. And also, okay, I'm the reference point, okay, in which I provide them with information on the activities provided by We Care. And to me, I felt that there is one particular activity which they conducted, I think before the pandemic. It was this exhibition in which students, okay, write out their experiences, okay, on the depression and how to deal with depression. I felt that is very helpful because for silent sufferers, those students who suffer in silence, they can visit the exhibition, they can read up, and that stories will make them feel that they are not alone, because sometimes they always overthink that I'm the only one who are suffering from this problem. It's very
Right.
common. So at the end of the day, most importantly, they learn that, okay, the feelings are real, validate it, don't hide it, don't repress it, okay, and it's okay to feel down and blue, because you won't be happy forever. You see what I mean? There will be down times. You have to recognize that, okay, and help
Yeah.
you get over from it. Yeah. So I guess that's about all from me, okay, on that
Well,
part.
I think that the program is great. I think having We Care is great, and I think for our viewers, whether you're a parent, or you're a student, right? I think it's important for you viewers to know that your mental health is something that everyone in Sunway College,
We
lecturers,
care about.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all
we care
feel
about.
strongly about, and we care about it, because I
Mm.
think moving forward, mental health is something that with the pandemic and everything coming in, right? You can see a lot of people being stuck in their mindset and not being able to come out of it. So I think this is something that and it's also very noble of you, Kat, where you're actually a part of the We Care program. And yeah, I agree with how Kat is the best person to be the reference point, where a lot of our students actually love her and come to her, right, if they need someone. So she's their rock. Okay, so and
I
I
hope
appreciate
so.
you very much as well. Okay,
All
so
right. What?
uh,
Why don't we move on
yeah,
to your subjects? Because we have you're teaching IC, TS, thinking skills, and English 3. I guess to
yes,
me the
yes,
most
yes, yes.
interesting subjects will be your subjects.
Okay,
Okay.
can. Okay, so I'm also a lecturer. So Roshan, can I have my slides up, please? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so just very quickly, maybe on my subjects here. In the first semester, I teach the students something called thinking skills, where the core of the subject is on critical thinking. how they can be able to create good arguments, because the higher level papers, it's all about writing and justifying, their judgments and opinions, basically, right? So they have to answer case studies, for example, and there's no right or wrong answers. So basically, how you justify your arguments and your opinions, okay? And for my paper in the first semester, of course, we take it a little bit easy. Students actually need to complete like 2 different types of assignments. The first one is called the NSC. We will circle back on this later on. Okay, and the other one is an argumentative presentation. Okay, because they are learning how to come up with good arguments after all, right? So I'll give them like ethical scenarios, and then they actually have to come up with the pros and the cons. So these are like some examples of what my students have done. Okay, and in the second semester, I teach the students interpersonal communication. So it's a communications paper, as the name suggests. And the reason why we have this paper is because it's important for students to be able to communicate in different settings, among friends, with colleagues, the superiors, and next time, their subordinates as well. And so we learn a lot of different concepts and theories. And basically, there's a lot of things in communication that we all know. It's just that we don't know that there's a theory or a concept. So that's what the students will be doing. They associate that, I've been doing this. And, oh, you know what? There is a theory that's associated with it. All right. So they have a more, they become more aware of, what they say, what they do, how they affect people around them. Right. And so one of the more interesting assessments or assignments that the students need to complete is a video assignment, which shows their understanding of the concepts that we learn in class in a more interesting and fun manner. Okay, so these are examples. These are examples of the our class. I like to call it our class or our subject YouTube channel. So we have a YouTube channel, and if you're interested, viewers, you can actually check it out. Just go to YouTube and find interpersonal communication IC, and then you should be able to see this channel already. So we have a lot of their assignments where they complete it in a video format and they actually upload it in here. And there are some of them that actually has hundreds of views, in fact. So they were all very happy about it. And surprisingly, Kat, our students can really act very, very well. Very good directors.
They made me act in one of their videos.
I know. It was amazing. A few of the lecturers actually were
featured in the video, right?
Yeah, were featured in the video. So when I was assessing, because a lot of times they also ask me to feature in them, but I said I cannot because I'm the one who's going to assess your video, so I cannot be in the video. Yeah. So then they say, and then I say, if you want, go and ask other lecturers. They say cannot. Then I said cannot. So they say, what if they don't want? I say, you go and ask them nicely lah. So thank you, Kat. Good job. And you were great. In fact, you were great in the video.
They say the role suits me very well. Very smart lecturer.
Okay. So, but the students blew my mind. They were all so good. I don't know how they can actually do something like that. But there you go. I think if we give them the avenue, the place, and the time to do it, I think they can actually achieve a lot of great things over there. So that's a video assignment. That's one of the more interesting one. And we have another one, the next subject, semester 3, where I take up English 3. So English 1 was you, English 1 and 2 would be Catherine, and English 3 would be me. This is in the third semester, and as a continuation from English 1 and 2, I do get them to, again, look at a lot of business-related articles, for example. So over here, you can see that one of the assignments calls for them to do their research on a particular topic or a particular commercial report or article, and they have to do a presentation on it. They have to include things that they have learned in thinking skills as well, their opinions, their arguments, what they think about those articles, for example. Okay, and that's one of them. And the other one that I get the students to do is this one, which is the online courses. So because the students, when they're taking English 3, this is basically an employability skills paper. So we focus on mainly the students' capability to prepare their resumes, application letters, as well as be able to do interviews when when they're supposed to go out to work for their internship. So in my first YouTube live in this series, I did talk to a few students who shared their WBL, we call it the WBL experience really. Yeah, work-based learning, exactly. It's the internship experience really. So in this case, so apart from just focusing on those areas, and especially in interviews, right, you don't know what type of questions you will get. You might get questions that will test on your commercial awareness. So these assignments over here are supposed to be able to somewhat help them, okay, in those areas. And then I think we need to mention this one, NSC, which I mentioned in the skills. This is, yeah, another one. So this is a brand new competition for all students who joined us from the year 2022 onwards. And previously, I think in Jack's session before this, he actually mentioned the NBC. So the NSC is basically an upgraded version of the NBC, where the students' capabilities in soft skills are enhanced even more. And in line with Sunway Group's practice, yeah, which is on sustainability and corporate social responsibility. So sustainability and corporate social responsibility becomes the main focus of this competition. Okay, so for this competition, the students will be required to adopt
one of the SDGs.
Yes, exactly, the SDGs.
Yeah.
Hold on, yeah, I can't seem to see my screen all of a sudden. I'm so sorry. Okay, adopt one of the SDGs, exactly. And then
you need to do a project.
Correct.
They play an active role in it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I can see this right now. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Kat, for that. Exactly. So they adopt one of the SDGs. There are 16 of them, Sustainable Development Goals from United Nations. And then after that, they need to create a project to portray their role in it. So over here, you can see there are some examples that I have, because we are running it the first time only for this year. So I can't really show you any of our students' work yet because the final submission is a video submission. Okay, it's a video submission. So we can't show you. There are submissions already, but we can't show you because we're still in the midst of the competition. But these are some of the examples of some of the things that the students have done where they create awareness by creating Instagram pages or, creating YouTube videos, for example, creating their own channels and creating YouTube videos to try to spread awareness on the SDG that they actually adopted.
The issue.
Yes, correct. So some students even went out and did some, socially responsible work, like going to a refugee center to help out, for example. Okay, so there are a lot of things that our students actually have done. So again, I can't say more about it because it is, after all, our competition is still ongoing, and the final team, there are a few levels, and in the final level, where we will actually have 5 teams that will enter the finals. We'll have a live Q&A session with representatives from distinguished firms, like PwC, Deloitte, EY, okay? So similarly to the NBC as well. So we have the support of the firms, for us as well. Okay, and that's all about the NSC. In fact, we sure have covered a lot today, actually, yeah? So let's see whether the viewers have any questions. Yeah, with it. Let's see whether there are any questions or not from the audience today. If you guys have any questions about the CFAC program or about any of the papers or about the NSC, for example, you can actually, or the CFAC program, you can actually post a comment in the chat area right now and we can actually see it. Or alternatively, we do have our link, okay, to our website. To the contact people as well in Sunway TES CAE, Sunway College, in the description of this YouTube video, right? So you can actually call us up or email us or check us out in our website. Okay, so let's see whether there are any comments over here. So far, there are no comments. Kat, let's talk a little bit more while we wait for comments, maybe a minute. So how do you find your first live stream?
A little bit awkward. But it's okay, I think. Might not be the
I know
great
what you
experience
mean.
ever, right? Yeah. I feel it's like
Yes.
as if I'm being made to do a presentation,
Yeah.
online, which is what I always told my students. Okay, all right, chill, chill. But then I can't chill now. They'll probably
So
be laughing back at me.
we're put in their position right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know
Yeah, I
how
know.
they feel. Yeah,
This is my third time doing it. I still feel very, very awkward actually.
I think you're
So
okay.
I
You put
actually,
it off quite well. You put it off. You put it out quite well. Yeah.
really?
Probably
Oh,
it's
thank you
me.
so
Yeah, I
much.
think you're okay. Yeah.
Okay, never practice makes perfect, Cat. So maybe next round you do, you be the
No,
host.
no, no, no more. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So I don't see any comments coming in. All right. So maybe we can actually just call it a day already. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Again, if you have any questions, please check the description area. All right. Don't forget to click subscribe. I think that's what YouTubers say. Yeah. Okay. And like. Okay. So thanks so much, Kat. I love
You're
you.
welcome. Love you too.
Thank you so
Bye bye.
much.
Good
All
night.
right. Bye, guys. Thank you.